I think I became a member probably when I was around 1958. And do I have a memory of that? It would have been, I certainly have a memory of 5 or 6 years old of being a member. I used to play a lot of badminton with my parents at the Glencoe and outside in the backyard. My dad thought I was pretty good. And this is, it's vivid in my memory. So he talked to Dave Follansby and he said, my son's really good. He should join the league. And so they put me in the league, but they put me with the top players right at the start, and I wasn't very good. And what I've never forgotten is my first match ever was with two of the top players, which were Murray Morrison and Doug McGilvery, and I forget the third guy. And we played this match, and of course, you would switch. Each would play with each other for a game, and I was awful. I could barely hit a bird. But what I do remember, and this is it was 9-all, and Doug McGilvery was yelling at me. He won't remember it that way, and I wasn't crying yet, but I hit a winning bird, and we went on to win, which was about the only bird I hit that whole match. The great thing is we used to call them Glencoe days, and I and a friend named Bob Buchanan, we would come down here and we would spend all day here, and we would play every sport. And we had the one great day. I mean, we would do this quite frequently as for other friends, but we had the one great day where we played everything we could. And we stayed all day long, beat up, playing for hours and hours. Then it came late at night, so we're a little older. And back then, the billiard room, as I think it was called, the doors were closed. And so we played that till closing, but whether you want to add this or not, but they forgot about us and we forgot about them. We were the only people in the building. And so we walked all over the building and went upstairs in some room, up some exits or whatever and stuff like that. We had the whole place to ourselves, and it's like 2 a.m, 2:30, and we just walked out and exit. My own experience with squash is I was playing with my father and I knocked his 2 front teeth out. And then I knocked out my friend's Marty's and I went, squash is done. No more squash. So that was it with that. I came back and started playing tennis. By then I was very passionate, I played a lot. And instantly the thing for me and many people is you run into the Shannons. Olives and Kathleen Shannon, it's a great story. She says, oh yeah, well, Mark used to play with me initially when he started playing a lot there because I was competitive, but then he went on and didn't play with me anymore. It's not quite true, and now she could kill me probably. So, not really, but anyway, it's fun. But the Shannons were all there, and Nick Matati and a guy named Dowie Kozan, and there was these brilliant tennis players. And Kevin, of course, was here, and then Richard came a little later. But so then just became very passionate. I went with Pat Burgess and Kevin, and I went to Germany, Switzerland, and our tough job was to play tennis every day for about a week, and then after all that, pick out tennis courts, right? And the one guy was great. He makes you feel good. The guy who was running the whole show for the last part in Switzerland, he got us tickets for the hockey game. He brings us to the game, but he has the wrong day, so I like that. It was pretty funny. But then what he did is he made us play all these surfaces, right? And then we're there, it's our last day, and he says, well, I left this one to the last, and I think this is probably the one you're gonna get. And we played it 10 minutes and it's done. Yeah, we played longer because we wanted to, but it was instant. And unfortunately, that facility or faculty burnt down. So Kevin and I went back on a much shorter trip because budgets got shorter. And we found the latest courts. So we did that together, and it was great. I was so fortunate to be on the board. If anybody gets an opportunity, and it's exactly what you said. The club's been so good to me. You always want to give back, but when you get on the board, the people on the board were just outstanding. Like every one of them. I mean, there's Mike Irwin, Brian Lester, all people I know very well. Linda, the one I'd really like to speak up because she passed while we were on the board was Brenda Hood. But all of them, we would meet in these board meetings, and you would have different opinions, different views. Everybody was super respectful, thoughtful, just fantastic experience, wonderful experience. So you're giving back, but you get far more back in return because you learn all about the club and the operations, and you learn about people and how good they are. So I loved being on the board. What I always think about the Glencoe is that the reason it stayed at the top is three things. Management has been exceptional. I think that the staff, and I was going to emphasize this staff, all the way through my whole time of being at the Glencoe, the staff has been unbelievably wonderful and courteous. They're just great people, and to this day, you go down to the cafeteria, and everyone who works there I really like. And the other thing is that the Glencoe has always moved forward and always had made improvements in advance of, maybe they didn't wait till things wore out too much. They always went ahead, and that's why it's such a dream. So I would say that they've always kept ahead of the curve, and to never let that go, always to continue to do that, and for the members to always be very respectful of how lucky you are to be a member here and how great you were treated. And then again, for the members to, of course, make a contribution if you can, because you've got this dream. It really becomes, we talk about it. I mean, there's many ways of having a great life, but if you're a member here, you can lead. It leads to a very great life. It's really a wonderful experience. When you become a member of the Glencoe, it becomes it's a dream, because the whole social aspect of it is I have all these great friends from tennis who I see all the time, and many become clients, and your work gets to revolve around it a lot, all the tennis people and many others, and oh yeah, it's a wonderful thing. And then your children grow up in the same thing, and they get all these friends from it. So it's fantastic.